Hey guys, it's me, Crazy Honda Chris at Randy Keel Honda in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And here we are sitting inside your brand new Honda Civic LX. Congratulations! Within this video, I'm going to show you guys how to customize all of your vehicle settings so when you drive off the lot, you are set for success. All you have to do is show it off to your friends and family and brag about the brand new car. That's the best part about buying a car, right? Now let's talk about the basic controls you're going to use throughout the video. Over here on the left hand side, you get a little wheel action to scroll up and down throughout the menu. To select items throughout the menu, you're just going to push in the wheel. Then when you're all done, everything's set up the way you want it, you just hit the home button right here. It takes you all the way out of the menu, okay? Now, we're going to focus on the left-hand side of the driver's interface screen or the meter display, and then we're going to use that wheel to find vehicle settings. Push in that wheel, then we'll scroll down. Now we're going to be looking at groups right up there on the top. Now as you're navigating through that, you'll see a little scroll bar on the right hand side, so you can see how deep you are to the top to the bottom of these options. First one's going to pop up. It's going to be tire pressure monitoring system calibration. So when your tire pressure light comes on, it does not tell you what tire is low, but just let you know, hey, it's low, or you need to go out there and double check it. And once you double check it and everything's good, or you make the correct corrections, you come over here and you hit calibrate. There we go. So we went from setup. Now it takes us back to the group. I know your first instinct is probably to hit the back button. Do not scroll down because we're looking at the groups. Now you guys are going to notice that throughout the video, how deep in the menus you're getting. There's 1, 2, and 3 arrows in. Okay. Now second group is going to be your driver's assist system setup. This is where you can customize all of your Honda sensing features. Like, do you want all the beeps, none of the beep, stuff like that. So we went from group into the menu of that group. You got your forward collision warning distance. So you have a front facing camera right up here on the other side of this box on your windshield as you're driving down the road. It's going to sense when you hit an object in front of you. All right. So it's going to tell you to brake. If you don't brake, it'll try to slow you down. And then if you don't slow down, it's going to try to stop the car for you. But this is asking how soon or later would you like the car to warn you at what distance. You have some options. Long, normal is what is already selected because it's highlighted blue. And then you have short, or you can hit the back button. American Honda has this set to normal for a reason, so I'm just going to leave it sit there at normal. Oops. All right. Now we're going to go down to the next option. It's going to be your ACC. That stands for Adaptive Cruise Control, Forward Vehicle Detection Beep. So I'm going to assume you guys already watched my other videos that explains the adaptive cruise control feature and how it works for you. But every time our car gets in and out of range of your adaptive cruise control, do you want the vehicle to beep at you to alert you, hey, I'm slowing down because the car's in range. Beep, beep, I'm speeding up because the car got in range. I'm going back to your set cruise control speed. That's what we're going to ask about right here. So on or off. I'm going to turn everything on so when people take these out for a test drive, they can decide on their own, do they like the beeps or none of the beeps. That's what I like about Honda. Very good job, Honda. Allows you to customize all of your vehicle settings for the most part. Next one's going to be a road departure mitigation. This is your sensitivity. So imagine you're going out of your lane or off the road. The sensitivity of it bringing you back and putting you in the center of your lane. So do you want narrow, super sensitive? Do you want a little normal, which is already the default? Wide, maybe you don't want it to actually bring you back in the center of your lane. You just want it to just warn you, like, hey, get back on the road. You know, gives you a little audible sound. And that's what you'll select right there. I'm going to keep it on normal, which is already highly blued, so it's already selected. Then we're going to go down to the next one. It's going to be your lane keep assist suspense beep. So with your traffic jam assist and your lane keep assist right here, well, it keeps you in the center of your lane between 25 to 45 for your traffic jam, 45 to 90 for your highway driving is going to be your lane keep assist. You go out of your lane, beep, 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 as it brings you back, or do you want it to be quiet and bring you back is what we're talking about here. So as it pulls you back in the center of your lane, do you want it to give you a sound or no sound? Next one's going to be traffic sign recognition system. Pretty much as you're driving down the road, this front-facing camera right up here finds a speed limit sign or on the side. It throws it right up there. 35 miles an hour, boom, 35, and gives you a nice little visual to let you know the speed limit. I like that. Do you want the next option right here? Do you want it to warn you when you're speeding? So when it finds that speed limit sign is 35, you go in 36, it's gonna flash right over to warn you that you're speeding. I know some people like, no, let's turn this off. But if you turn it on, you have this other option. You can choose when it's gonna warn you. Oh, I did one too soon. You can set the threshold when it's going to warn you. Speed limit warning threshold setting. So, do you want it to warn you at speed limit, 3, 5, or 10 above? I'll let you guys pick, and I won't tell. Next one's your driver's attention monitoring system. The car knows the difference between the wind blowing you around or you doing a real bad job at driving. And you should probably pull over and take a break, take a power nap, drink some coffee, who knows what. So I'm assuming for safety reasons, you probably want the car to do everything in its power to alert you when you're not being safe on the road. So we're gonna keep it on the top option, but you can have it just as alert to you as well, or have it off. So that's everything underneath driver's attention monitoring system. Sorry, underneath the driver's assist system setup. Now we're going to go to meter setup as your next group. Yeah, language. We'll keep it on English. Scroll down to the next menu. It's your outside temperature display. You can see it's 41 degrees right now outside, but you can fine tune this bad boy within a 5-degree swing. I'm just going to keep it on the default. Trip A and Trip B. You can choose for your Trip A when you want it to reset, just every single time when you fully refuel, or just every time when you turn off the vehicle, or just when you go in there and reset it yourself. I share within my walk around video on how to reset your Trip A and Trip B. So check out that video if you guys haven't yet. Adjusted alarm volume. So this is like your turning indicators, your warnings, your buzzers, stuff like that. How loud do you want it to be? Or how quiet would you like it to be? I'm going to keep it on mid because my selective hearing's not that bad yet. Then we're going to go down to fuel efficiency backlight. So this is the visual coach when you're driving down the road and you're being fuel efficient. You'll see a green bar will come up right in here on your digital speedometer. Just telling you, good job, keep loving up your mad MPGs, you know. So keep that on, why not? I like a visual coach. Now we're gonna go down to rear seat reminder. So this is simply on or off. So let's say before or after we turn the car, I open up the back door, I put some cargo back here, maybe the kiddos jump in, or whoever's brave enough to tag along with me. I arrive where I'm going, I turn off the car, boom, it's gonna pop up right up here as a message, check rear seat. So I'm not leaving my cargo, or you know, whoever's brave enough or silly enough to tag along with me. All right, so we'll keep that on from there, since you guys got motion sickness and me shaking the camera around. Then we're going to go to speed and distance. Miles per an hour or kilometers. We'll keep it on miles. Now the next option is going to be your tachometer or tachometer. You have on or off. That's going to be the numbers displayed over here throughout your menu. From 0 to 8, gives you a nice little sporty vibe. Some people don't like it, so they want to clean it up, and that's how you remove that, okay? So now we're all done in that group. Then we're going to back up. We're going to go down to light setup. You got your auto high beams. So when your headlights are set to auto, you can see that right here. They're set to auto. Driving down the road, it's pitch dark outside on the highway, no lights are coming on to you. Boom, auto high beams automatically come right on. Guess what? Since there's a car coming at you, maybe some lights up there like you're in the city, boom, it automatically turns off those auto high beams for you. So you have on or off. Right now they're on, so we'll keep them on. I like it. I do a lot of highway driving myself. You got your interior light dimming time. So this is when you turn off the car, shut your door, an X amount of time, 15, 30, or 60 seconds, your interior lights will turn off. Now you want to make sure this is in the center, so when I open up a car door, see how those lights come on? Now I got my car door open, but if I turn this off, let's get up here so you guys can see these options. They're off. Why are you not focusing, camera? There you go. You got off, door, and on. So now if I shut this door, you guys know how dome lights work, right? There we go. So I just want to point that out to make sure those are in the center, because if you have it off, it will not work. But anyways, back over here. 30 seconds is enough. I shut off the car, I shut the door, 30 seconds, my lights will come off or turn off. Now we're going to go down to your headlight auto off timer. Excuse me. I shut off the car, I shut the door, and X amount of time my headlights will turn off. I can see you guys customizing this, maybe 15 seconds, not long enough because you're arriving to work late at night, or you guys park somewhere outside of the garage. Let's say it's just not a well-lit area. It takes a little extra time to get into the car, or into the house, I mean. So for me, I just drive into the garage. I'm home before dark because I live a boring life, so 15 is enough for me, but 30 seconds might be a little more acceptable for those that don't work in the garage. Get home late, have an exciting life. Now, we got your auto light sensitivity. This is the difference between day and nighttime levels. How sensitive do you want, or how soon do you want that to come on, or how later do you want your headlights to come on when your headlights are set to auto. All right. I'm kind of rambling on today. So we have auto headlight on with wiper on. So this means we got your headlights set to auto. It's beautiful out today. No rain, no snow. Then boom, it rains, it snows, whatever. I turn on my wipers, right? Well, since I do that, the setting's on. Automatically, my headlights will turn on too. Let's say it's done raining and snowing. I turn off my wipers. It's still beautiful as it is today. My headlights will turn off. So do you want this on or off? That's everything in that menu. Here we are, about 13 minutes in. Setting up your guys' car. All right, so next one's gonna be your auto door lock. So you just got in the vehicle, you're about to drive off, right? You're gonna show off your brand new vehicle. How soon or when do you want your car doors to lock? With speed, roughly 10 to 15 miles an hour, boom, doors locked. Or as soon as you shift out of park to like drive, reverse, just out of park, doors automatically locked right away, or have this feature off and just whenever you hit the button. Now, next one's going to be auto door unlock. So this is when you arrive to wherever you're going. When do you want your doors to unlock? So you have a lot of options here. As you can see, the first one's already selected is all doors when driver opens up door. So let's say I got the kiddos in the back. I keep yanking on that cord. So let's say you got the kiddos in the back. I arrive where I'm going. They cannot open up any door back there until I open up my door. But let's say the wife's along with me. She can open up her door and then boom, all the doors automatically unlock. So that's kind of nice. I like that feature. Now you got the next one. It's gonna be all doors when you shift to park. That's great. Let's say you got the kiddos in the back. You just can't wait to get rid of them, put them in park. You're like, all right, jump out, get in school, get out of here. Or just whenever you turn off the car. I like the first one. This is probably the only one I'm gonna have a strong opinion about throughout all the options throughout the video, because let's say if you're out there doing something new in a new environment, maybe it's not something you're familiar with, maybe late, you can actually turn off the car, you can have the vehicle in park, you can mind your surroundings and everything, and you can make sure it's safe for you, family, whoever's along with you, okay? Keyless lock answer back. So pretty much when you lock up the car, you probably wanted to beep at you to let you know, yes, we're all locked up when you hit lock on the key fob. Power window control. This can be good or bad feature at the same time. So let's imagine those hot summer days. I kind of talk about this in my tips and trick video. If you double tap and hold unlock for a few seconds, your windows will crack down, actually roll all the way down. So this is great, you know, so you can let all the hot mucky air get out. But some people sometimes get too excited, double tap, you know, unlock, trying to unlock the car door, and they hold it for a split second. Then all of a sudden, the window, there, I don't know what's going on with the phone today, cracks like that, and then it's parked outside, it rains, it snows, and then you have a big giant mess going on, right? So let's say if you're afraid you're going to accidentally roll down your windows by double tapping and holding unlock for a few seconds, you can turn that feature off right here. Lock presetting. So let's say someone has their door open over here, my door's shut. I can hit lock to preset the lock, so as soon as they shut the doors, all the doors automatically lock right up. Can't do that on my older Accord. Nope, nope, nope. Well, that's everything right there. Doors set up. We just did that one. We're down to maintenance. So if you have like any maintenance, recommend maintenance, you like oil, you know, maybe anything regarding maintenance, it's right up there for you guys, okay? Well, there we go. We just showed you how to set up all of your stuff. Once you're all done, you just hit the back home menu. As you can see, it takes you back to the home screen. From there, you can navigate through that point. Now, if you guys found this video helpful, please do me a huge favor. Drop a comment down below mentioning if it was helpful. Then also consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel. It helps me out. Then share with someone that purchased a vehicle. I do a lot of these videos on my free time, maybe during lunch or after work, to help you guys out, okay? Well, thanks again for watching. This is Crazy Honda Chris. See you at the next video. Bye-bye.